First part is sources of finance. From where we can get finance, from where we can get the money. Okay, specifically we are thinking or we are discussing about the company point of view, that from where company can get the money. So initially we have tried to understand the concept. Okay, sources of finance. How many sources are there? Can you just name it? Are you sure? How many sources are there for a finance? I'm asking to all of you. Okay, Divya said 3. What about others? I'm not getting any response from this session. 3 is not right answer. 3 is not right answer. Okay, let me tell you. There are mainly 4 sources of finance. How many? 4. So up to this, we have discussed first 3 parts. Okay, as you are saying that there are 3 sources. The first source is equity capital. So just quickly go for that, and then after we go for the main discussion that remain for our class discussion. Just 1 minute. Yes, here we are. Equity, preference capital, debt capital, and internal sources. Up to this, we have discussed the first, equity capital. Equity capital, also known as owners capital, because the equity shareholders are considered as owners of the company. Why they are considered as owners? Because they are bearing the risk. All the risk related to business, whether it is business risk or whether it is financial risk, that risk is bear by the equity shareholders. That's why they are known as owners of the company. Please remember, this may be asked in a 1-mark question in your mid-1 examination. And then after, they are getting the return in form of dividend. They are getting the return in form of dividend, and their liabilities toward the company limited to that particular number of shares. If I have 10 shares, then my liability is limited to only 10 shares. Then after, we have discussed the different types of capital: authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed capital, unsubscribed capital, paid up capital, and unpaid up capital. And then after, we have discussed different values of the shares. Basically, we have 4 values. Face value, also known as a par value, a value which is stated in the memorandum of the company. Second, issue value, a value at which the shares are issued in the market, offered to investors. And next one is book value, a value at which shares are recorded in the books of company, books of accounts. Okay, and last one, market value, a value at which shares are traded, purchase and sales are done at that particular value. So are we clear about this 4-1? Face value, issue value, book value, and market value. Please remember, whenever there is a calculation of premium, discount, dividend, all the calculations will be done on par value only. Okay, whether it is calculation of discount, whether it is calculation of premium, or whether it is calculation of dividend. Whenever we have any calculation, that will be on the basis of par value, on the basis of face value. Then after, rights to equity shareholders, rights of income, rights of return in terms of dividend, rights of control. Okay, they have voting rights and they have a right to elect the board of directors. Then after, Preemptive right, okay, right of rights is, and last one, right in a liquidation. Actually, here equity shareholders does not have any rights. Okay, at the end of the liquidation, if any surplus is there, it will be distributed among the shareholders. If there is no surplus, it means there is nothing to distribute among the shareholders. This entire story is all about equity share capital, advantages and limitations. Are we clear about this one? Already we have discussed this entire things in the last classes. Next one is preference capital. Why they are calling as a preference capital? There are mainly two reasons. Can you tell me? हम preference capital को preference क्यों कहते हैं? Why they call as a preference capital?
Because it's more convenient.
Sorry?
More convenient than the capital.
Okay. Nearby the answer, not exit answer. Answer is in on screen. Yes, Shraddha said, because it's more preferable. Here, they have a preference. Okay, they have a preference. They have a first choice in terms of dividend and in terms of repayment of money. When company has a huge amount of profit, they have a first choice. They have a first right to get the dividend first. Are we clear? Second reason is, if company is suffering the losses and now management decided that we are going to shut down the business. In that case, preference shareholders have a right to get their money, okay, earlier than the equity shareholders. If company go for the liquidation, at the liquidation time, they have a first preference to repayment of money. That's why this shares, this capital is known as preference capital, because they have a preference in terms of dividend and in terms of repayment of money. Are we clear? Yes. Then our types of preferences, quickly I will explain. Okay, cumulative preferences, that type of preferences in which every year dividend will accumulate it. Okay, suppose in 2019 companies declared the dividend, but in 2020 company has not declared the dividend. It means this dividend for 2020 will be carried forward for next year 2021. Okay, in a 2021 company need to pay both the dividend of 2022 and 2021. Are we clear? Next one is non-cumulative. Non-cumulative, it means if there is a profit, company distribute the dividend. If there is no profit, no dividend. This no dividend means no dividend. It will be not carry forward for the next. Okay, if the company has not declared the dividend for 2020, forget it. जाने दो उसको. In 2021, company will pay the dividend only for a 2021. There is no any provision for previous year dividend. Are we clear about two? Cumulative, non-cumulative. Now come here for the third one, participating. It means they have a right to participate in the meetings of the company. Those shareholders have a right, specifically preference shareholders. Those have a right to participate in a company's meeting. That called as a preference shares or participative preferences. Okay, and those does not have a right to participate in company's meetings, they call as non-participative. Simple meaning is clear. Participation means they have a right to participate in the company meetings, decision-making process, all this. Non-participating means that does not have a right. Similarly, next one, redeemable and irredeemable. Here, redeemable means after a certain period or after a fixed period, company will itself buy back the shares. In 2010, company issued the shares for the next 5 years. So after completion of 5 years, company itself buy back that shares. So here the period for that particular share is for 5 years only. Okay, 5 years के बाद company अपने आप से वो market में से वापस purchase कर लेगी. That call as a redeemable. Are we clear? And irredeemable means reverse to that. Once it is issued in the market, it remains the preferences for the lifetime of the company. There is no any provision to buy back, to reback that particular shares. Once it is issued for the entire life. जब तक company है तब तक share. Okay. Next and last one, convertible and non-convertible. Here convertible means
You can convert it into something else.
yes, they have a right to convert their shares in equity shares. Why always they are preferring equity shares? Already we have discussed, because equity shares are considered as owners of the company. So whenever it is come to a point of conversion, always the shareholders, investors prefer that they must convert it. Their share must be converted in a equity shares. So here they have a right to convert their shares in a equity. In a non-convertible, there is no right. Okay. Once it is issued as a preference shares, it remain a preference share for the entire life of the company, for entire life of the shares. It is remain preference shares. So are we clear about this 8 types of shares? Cumulative, non-cumulative, participative, non-participative, redeemable, irredeemable, convertible, non-convertible. Clear? Then after some of advantages, some of limitations, we are not going for that details. And I think so from this slide, our discussion is pending. Am I right? That we have discussed? No. So from this, our discussion is pending. Why I discussed the equity shares and preferences again in your class? Because it's a long period. We have gone 2 or 3 days holidays. Okay, so that's why here I have discussed quickly, and one surprise is there for you, but that we will discuss later. So shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. So write down the title. The third type of source of finance. Again, I request all of you, please prepare a separate note for a financial management. If you have not purchased, if you are not prepared, please purchase it and get ready for the assignments. In next week, we have all the internal assessments. Okay. So in a next assignment, there will be a one assignment, assignment number 1. And after 2 or 3 days, assignment 2 is also there. So before the meet 1, you need to submit assignment 1 and assignment 2. Probably I will upload the assignment number 1, okay, by tomorrow itself, including the material, recorded sessions and everything. And A class, I think so, I have uploaded everything. In your class and B class, I will upload today. Okay. So you will get the material, sessions and PPTs, recorded sessions and assignment also. And meanwhile, please be ready. Maybe by this Sunday or maybe in the next week, you have one MCQ test. Okay. That is for unit number 1. So before the mid-examination, we have 3 internal assessment, assignment number 1, assignment number 2, and MCQ test for unit 1. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
So please be ready by this week, maybe in this weekend or maybe in the next week. Okay, we will have this. Okay, now coming back to the syllabus. So when we discuss about the debt capital, your debt capital means borrowed capital. Capital taken from the other parties, from the third parties, from the other institutes. Your debt means borrowed capital, and that capital we have borrowed from the other persons. It may a bank, it may a financial institute, it may a financial company, it may an investment company, or it may have some government companies or government institutes. Are we clear? Okay. Here, when we discuss debt capital, please be conscious. Your each and every debt, whether it is a debenture, whether it is a loan, or whether it is a bonds, all this debt capital will earn interest only. Will earn interest only, and interest rate is fixed everywhere. It may 10%, it may 20%, it may 50%. So here rate of interest is fixed. Or the debenture holders, the bank or financial institute will get only interest. Are we clear about these 2 terms? Debt means borrowed capital. Capital we have taken from the third parties. Okay, हम उसको क्या कहते हैं? उधारी का पैसा in Hindi. Next, so we have two components, debentures and loans. So let me first discuss the debentures. So debenture is an alternative option for long-term loans. Term loans means long-term loans. Alternative option to term loans. This is the instrument for raising a long-term debt. If company want money for more than 1 year, okay, it may for 2 years, it may for 5 years, it may for 15 years, it may for 20 years. In that case, company issue the debentures. Okay, now tell me, what do you mean by debenture? What do you mean by debentures? What is your understanding about the debenture? Are you aware about the debentures? In this slide, nothing is written about the debenture. Last one, my dear. Any idea? Oh. Have you completed 11th and 12th in commerce? Then might be जो finance जिसने भी पढ़ाया होगा वो प्रोफेसर मेरी तरह होगा बेचारा, उसको ही पूरा नॉलेज नहीं होगा ना फाइनेंस का, या आपका मेमोरी भी वो क्या बोलते हैं रैम या रोम मेमोरी जो कंप्यूटर में होता है शॉर्ट टर्म, अगर आपने सेव नहीं किया तो ऑटोमेटिकली डिलीट हो जाएगा. रैम, आई थिंक सो, रोम, रैम, यस. तो आपका मेमोरी भी रैम मेमोरी है क्या? Once it is stored, it's stored for the exam up to the examinations. After the examinations, everything is erased. Now we are free, relax. Okay, coming back to the subject. Yes, my dear.
I think it's the part that we take loan from.
Okay.
The ventures to we will borrow.
No, you are not in a right direction. Okay, nobody's no. Okay, let me explain. Actually, debentures and equity shares both are same. If you see the equity share certificate and if you see the debenture certificate, both are having some of the similarities, except the one or two things. Okay, except the one or two things. Here, equity shares means they honor the own capital, but the debentures means borrowed capital. We have taken a money from third persons, other persons. You getting my point? Number one. The second difference, in equity shares we are getting return in form of dividend, but in case of debenture we have interest. Second difference. Okay, first one is owners and borrowers. Here is dividend and interest. And the last one and third one. Dividend is a part of profit. It is a part of profit, but the interest is a part of operation. A part of operation means, as per the accounting, you have studied that interest on a bank loan is considered as expense, and we are debiting to profit and loss account. So this is the difference. Okay, so it is a one type of certificate that issued by the company to that particular investor. Okay, and they represent the company name, debenture type, and rate of interest, and authorized by the particular authority of the company. Are we clear? Okay, now see the third line. Debenture holders are the creditors of the company. Okay, if you look at, or if you remember the last discussion about the equity shares, they are the owners. Debenture holders are creditors. Okay, and creditors means a person who has give something to us without receiving advancement. Without receiving advancement. Suppose I have give you this mobile for today only for a calling purpose. Okay, and suppose for the next 5 years, 10 years, or even though for lifetime, and I have not taken the money from you right now. Okay, but you have promised me that Once I complete my graduation, I will pay the cost of this particular mobile. So this is called as creditor for me. Are you getting my point? Creditors means a person who give you the benefit without receiving money immediately right now. You need to pay money, but later on, after may 6 months, after may 1 year, after may 5 years. That depend upon the conditions. Are we clear about the third point? Everyone? Okay. Now, the next one. If you remember the equity shares, why I am comparing the each and every point with the equity shares? Because it is easy to remember. Nothing is else here, okay? See, in equity shares, what we have discussed, it's very simple. If we have a profit, okay, if we have profit, the company will go for the dividend. Are we clear? Agar profit hai to dividend hai. If there is no profit, no dividend. Are we clear about it? Now see what happened here in the fourth point, obligation of a company to pay interest and principal amount. In respective of profit, whether we have a profit or we are suffering the losses, we need to pay interest regularly. And also we need to pay the principal amount. So when I add the interest and a principal amount, it will become the total amount, and total amount will be divided by the number of years or a number of months. And we will get the installment. Now don't say we are not aware about the installment. Okay? Are you very well aware about the installments? So every year, company need to pay that installment. And installment means interest plus principal amount. Suppose company has taken a debenture or issued the debentures for the next 10 years. Okay? Or suppose, let's take a second example, that you have taken a loan for 2 lakh rupees for next 2 years. Okay? And you need to pay that entire loan within 2 years, next 2 years. So it means every year you need to pay 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees in a 1 year, 1 lakh rupees in a second year. Okay? But bank will charge some additional amount to you. And that is suppose 10%. So what happened? In the first year, you need to pay 1 lakh rupees plus 20%, sorry, plus 10% extra, 10,000 rupees. Are you getting my point? So your first year total payment is 1 lakh rupees. That is your principal amount plus interest 10,000. So as a repayment of loan, as an installment, you need to pay 1 lakh and 10,000 rupees. Are we clear? Now here, the installment or a principal amount or interest remain fixed, and you need to pay every year in respect to your profit or loss. Are we clear about this one? Going ahead. Next one is more flexible. More flexible. Here, flexible in terms of 2 points. The first point is in terms of interest rate. Okay, here company have a right that they can issue the debentures as per their preference. The company may issue the debentures of 5%, 10%, 12%, 20%, 25%, 30%, up to that company. But generally, company prefer a lower interest rate or lower interest for debentures. So generally, we have up to a 20%, 5%, 8%, 12%, 10% are the common percentage. Okay, so first, in terms of interest rate, that decided by the company. Number 2, in terms of number of years, that depend upon the company. Company may issue for a 5 years, may issue for a 10 years, it may issue for 15 years or 20 years. Okay, it's similar to a bank loan. Whether we want a loan for a 10 years, whether we want a loan for a 5 years, 2 years, that depend upon us. Yes, similarly, the number of years is depend upon company. Company will decide the number of years. So are we clear about this one? Last one. Offer a variety of choice. Okay, offer a variety of choice means again we have various types of debentures. Okay, as we have discussed the types of preferences. So instead of preferences, if I replace this preference word with the debentures, this all the types of debentures are there. It may a convertible, non-convertible. It may a cumulative, redeemable, irredeemable, or secured and unsecured, registered and unregistered. 8 types of debentures are there. I'm not going for the detail of each and every type. Registered and unregistered. Registered means those are registered with the company. Those are not registered means not registered. Then convertible means they have a right to convert in a shares, and non-convertible means they does not have a right. Then after redeemable and irredeemable. Redeemable means company itself buyback after a number of years, and then after irredeemable means it's remained same. And last one is secured and unsecured. In a secured debentures, the fixed interest rate is there. Suppose 5%. So every year 5% interest is there. In unsecured, there is a security about the interest, but in an unsecured debentures, company does not have any asset that is plagued with that particular debentures. So if there is a losses or if some of uncertain events are there, it may happen that company is not going to pay your interest itself. So that's why there is unsecurity. Unsecurity in terms of repayment of money or in terms of payment of interest. Are we clear? These types of debentures are not important, so that's why I have not written anywhere else, or I have not discussing in that much of detail. Next, features of the debentures. The first one is trustee. Debenture holders are known as a trustee of the company. Can you tell me what do you mean by trustee? The term trustee?
The one who we trust.
Takes decision.
No. No. Trustee means
Will you give responsibility to someone?
no. 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 जो भी गुजरात से बिलोंग करते हैं उनको तो पता होगा ना कि ये ट्रस्टी क्या होता है, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ जो भी कॉलेजेस चल रही है, जो भी स्कूल्स चल रही है, वो एक ट्रस्ट पे चल रही है. एम राइट? अभी इन राजकोट वी हैव बोलपाला चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट. ओके, वो भी एक ट्रस्ट है. A person who looks after money or a property for somebody else. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now let me discuss. Trustee means a person who does not have a ownership or does not have any management authority. Trustee means a person who does not have any authority to take any decision. And also he does not have any authority to manage anything. Here, trustee means a person who has a right to observe everything. He can observe everything and he can suggest the way that this is the way is better, this way is not better. Are you getting my point? So trustee means ना तो यहाँ पे owner है, ना ही वो manager है, but a person who is looking the entire aspect of the company. Now, debenture holders are not the owners. They are not taking a decisions. They are not declaring the dividends, but they are observing that how much amount company has earned during the year, how many percentage profit is there, how, total assets of the company, total liabilities of the company, profitability of the company. These are the parameters those are looking for debenture holders. Are we clear about the trustee? Next one, security. As already we know that for a debentures, we have fixed interest rate. Okay. So every year they get the fixed return. There is a security that 5% debenture means 5% interest every year, whether the company have a profit or loss. Go for the next, maturity and redemption. Sorry. Yes, redemption. So here each and every debentures have some maturity period. It may have 5 years, it may have 10 years, it may have 20 years. And redemption means the company have a right to redeem the debenture at any given point of time. after declaring or after giving the notice to a debenture holders for a 1 month. And last one, convertibility. It is necessary to explain the convertibility. Okay, simply they have a right to convert the debentures in a, which is specifically, which is always we prefer equity shares. Are we clear? Convertibility means the debenture holders have some features that debentures will convert it in a equity shares. Okay, next one. Term loans. Write down the next one. Second part of debt capital. The first part is debenture. And the second part, term loan. A term loan is again categorized in two different ways. One is long-term loan and second one is short-term loan. If the loan is repayable in a less than 1 year, okay, in a less than 1 year, then it is called as short-term loan. Short-term loan means less than 1 year. Generally, companies are taking this loan to manage the day-to-day operations. Okay, to manage the working capital, to manage the day-to-day operations, companies are using short-term loans. Second type, long-term loan. Here, long-term loan means more than 1 year, but less than how many years? 10 years. If the loan is for more than 1 year and less than 10 years, means it is considered as long-term loan. And generally, these loans are for development and expansion of a business. By using this loan, company may go for the additional production of a product. Company go for the additional market area. Okay, company may go for new services. This depends upon the company. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Short term, less than 1 year. Long term, 1 to 10 years. Clear? Here, similar rate of interest is fixed by the bank. Generally, in India, we have one central bank, RBI. Okay, are you aware about that? So, Reserve Bank of India have a right to fix the interest rate for each and every bank. So, in India, Reserve Bank of India will decide the rate of interest for each and every loan. That vary from bank to bank because they have some internal other requirements. Some legal requirements are there, some formalities are there. Okay, some operational requirements are there. So that's why there is variation of 1 or 2%. But ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि for a home loan, SBI charging 15% and ICICI charging 30%. It never happen in India. Okay, it may happen that for SBI we have 15%, but for ICICI we have 18%. 3%, 4% variation will be there. So are we clear about the loans? So up to this, we have discussed the 3 different ways: equity shares, preference shares, and debt capital. Next one and last one. Okay, features of loans. 3 features are there. One is security. Let me explain with one example. Suppose I have one car. Okay, I have my own house and I have my factory. I have 3 these things: my car, my home, and my business, my factory. Now I am going to a particular bank, bank X, and ask my manager that I want or I require a loan for rupees 5 lakh. I want loan for 5 lakh rupees. Can you grant me? Can you grant me? I want only 5 lakh rupees loan. Okay, and I have 3 properties: my house, my car, and my factory. Will you grant me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you grant me?
Yes.
Yes. Definitely bank manager will say yes. Are you agree? Now suppose X person, Mr. Ram, okay, a professor of Marwari University, goes to Y bank and he asks for a loan, and he has only the one source of money, and that is his salary. suppose he is earning, or my salary, suppose 50,000 rupees per month. How many? 50,000 rupees. And now I am asking a bank manager, can you grant me a loan for 10 lakh rupees? Are you getting my point? You getting my point?
Yes.
So bank manager directly say no. Why? Because there is no security. If by any chance the salaries of Mr. Ram does not happen, then there is no any other way to recollect the money. So the first point is each and every loan have some securities. If you want a home loan, you need to submit your documents, legal documents of your house to a bank. If you want a vehicle loan, you need to submit some documents of vehicle to the bank. And if you have failed to pay the installment, if you have failed to repay the loan, bank will come to your house, okay? And even though they come with some other parties, may some forces, okay, and they collect the money by selling your house or by acquiring your vehicle. Are we clear about the first? Okay. Now moving ahead. Sorry, the second, security. So here currency means if I want a loan in India, I will get a loan in terms of rupees. If the same is happen in terms of other countries, okay, in US we have dollar, so I get a dollar. If in other countries there is a pound, I get the bank loan in terms of pounds. If I go to the Sri Lanka, again I got the loan in terms of rupees, but we have Sri Lankan rupees. Okay, there is again rupees, but there is a slight difference between the rupees of India and Sri Lanka. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. The last one, interest payment and principal repayment. Already we have discussed that. Okay. Every year you need to pay the installment, and that installment include interest plus principal amount. Advantages. Okay. Number one, interest on debt is tax deductible. Here the interest is totally tax free. Number two, no deduction or dilution of control. No dilution of control. Why? Because debenture holders does not have any voting rights. They does not have a right to select the board of directors. Number three, maturity. Already we know 10 years, 20 years, 5 years. Cost of debenture or a debt is always low as compared to equity and preference. Again, please repeat this. Remember this one. The highest cost means equity. Medium cost means preference. Lowest cost means debt. Last one, debenture holders are not entitled to vote. As a trustee, they can observe everything, but they does not have any voting rights. Disadvantages. Number one, fixed interest. Okay, anyhow, if there is a losses in a company, in spite of losses, company need to pay this amount, interest plus principal amount. It means every year you need to pay that particular installment, and increase the financial leverage. It increase the financial leverage. At the end of the chapter, we will discuss that what do you mean by financial leverage, and limit the borrowing funds of financial flexibility. Okay, let's continue the example that I am going for a X bank. Now X bank has granted a 5 lakh rupees loan to me. Okay, after 1 week, in the second week, I am again going to the X bank. Please listen carefully. Already X bank has granted me a 5 lakh rupees loan. Again, now I am going for a second time in the bank. I am asking, saying that again I want a 5 lakh rupees grant, a loan. Can you grant me? No. They say no, because first you need to repay your all the loan. You getting my point? So in terms of that, first you need to repay the old loan, and then you are eligible for a new loan. So here, if you have one loan, you are not allowed to use a second loan. This is the limitation. In case of equity shares, if you have some shares, again you go for the issue of additional shares. There is no any limit. Okay, and that additional issue is called as FPO. Following public offer. Initial public offer, IPO means a first time issue. And when a second time issue means FPO. So are we clear about this? That? Okay. Last one. Just one or two more lines. We are going to end this entire unit. Please write down the title. Fourth source. Fourth. Internal sources. Equity, preference, debt. These three are the external sources. Okay. And this one is internal sources. In internal sources, we have two components. Let me explain quickly. Number one, retained earning. What do you mean by retained earning? Let me explain with a practical example. Suppose ABC company is there, and ABC company having a profit of rupees 10 lakh for the year 2020-21. How many rupees of profit? 10 lakhs. Okay. So out of that 10 lakh, company has declared the dividend for rupees 5 lakh. Total profit is for 10 lakh. Out of that 10 lakh, 5 lakhs will be distributed as a dividend. This 5 lakh is remain with the company. Okay. Now company reinvest this 5 lakh rupees, reinvest this profit in the business for the growth and expansion of a company. This 5 lakh rupees that remain with the company is known as retained earning. So in short, it is a past profit. Are we clear? Yes. Retained earning means it is a past profit that company has reinvested in the business. And last one, what is? The word is depreciation. Now, depreciation is very simple. Every year company charge the depreciation on fixed assets. You have studied in semester 1-2. Okay. Now, suppose company has charged 1 lakh depreciation on machinery. So as per the accounting, what we are doing? We will deduct that 1 lakh rupees from the machinery. Okay. And we will charge that 1 lakh rupees in a profit and loss account debit side. Are we clear up to this? Yes. Okay. On a debit side, it means it is considered as expense. It is considered as expense. Now, my question to you. That 1 lakh rupees company need to pay to that machineries. Okay. See, this is your depreciation for 1 lakh. This is your payment of 1 lakh. This will happen? No, because the depreciation is non-cash expense. It is non-cash expense. For the accounting process, we are debiting to profit and loss account, but we are not paying any amount to any person or any machinery. मैं ऐसा नहीं कहता कि ये भाई मशीनरी का डेप्रिसिएशन है तो जाके मैं मशीनरी के सामने खड़ा हो जाऊंगा ये ले तेरा 1 लाख रुपीस का डेप्रिसिएशन. Okay, this will not happen. So ultimately this is non-cash expense, so that particular amount will be transferred to that particular account, and that is depreciation account. And at the end of the years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever the amount is there, that amount is called as depreciation fund reserve, or depreciation reserve, depreciation fund. Okay, so there are two sources. One is past profit retained earning, and second one is depreciation. Every year we are charging the depreciation as an expense, but the case is remained with the company, and that case is maybe used for purchase of new machines or expense of factory or plants. So are we clear? So equity, preference, debt, and retained earning. So this is all about today class, and next class by tomorrow we will go for the next point, and that is all about cost of capital. Thank you so much for joining, and have a nice day. Take care. Please write your enrollment numbers for attendance purpose. Only enrollment numbers, my dear, and you are free to leave the class.